Hello and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space 2, Series 7, Episode 95. I'm JC Proton, and we're picking up at turn 253. In this episode, we're going to be proceeding with the next chapter of Isyander's Gambit questline, in which we try to have admirals control the lodestone systems and fight against any competing admirals if they should appear. In addition to that, I'm going to be mopping up the last of these fleets over here from the United Empire, and the season of peace that the galaxy has known up to this point is about to end. I'm going to be declaring war this turn against the Alliance of Three, as I call it, the Accord of Principled Nations. These three. So the Unfallen, the Lumeris, and the Sophons. I went into Cold War with them apparently when I accepted the alliance offer from the Riftborn. I guess the Riftborn were in a Cold War with them, so I had peace with these three. And so that turned into Cold War at that point. It's about to turn into a hot war. I had gotten a message one or two turns ago about the system DA was being Pacific converted by the Unfallen, and I also have a couple of systems down here that I recently conquered from the Vodiani that are this FB and FC that are also being Pacific converted. So Pacific conversion works when your systems are under the influence radius of another empire and you're not at war with them. It's if you're in a Cold War, it works. If you're in peace with them, it works, but it's at like half the rate. I don't know if it happens if you're in an alliance or not. Excuse me. Let me apologize in advance. I'm coughing a lot today, but I just really wanted to get this recording recorded. So I'm just going to try to press on and get her done. So anyway, yeah, Pacific conversion is a thing, but if you go to war, hot war with them, that ends. That's one way of stopping that from happening. So I think it's time. I've moved some fleets up, and we're going to go ahead and just try to get that going. So I want to zip through these messages here, take a peek at those, and then we'll probably deal with the lodestone situation with the quest line. Then we'll probably move our fleets into position, declare war, probably have some fights, and then it'll be a matter of starting siege all over the place. And so we'll actually end up being at war with everybody except the Riftborn at that point. Riftborn are our only friends, and they're our frenemies. They're temporary friends, but that peace isn't going to last for very long. We're only going to have peace with them until we're just about done taking over everything else, at which point we'll go ahead and declare war on them as well. All right, so let's start checking these out here. I got some titanium there. I did a little bit off screen before starting the recording. I went ahead and queued up some siege ships. I had 99 titanium, so I went ahead and queued up 33 more siege ships. I also went ahead and queued up some system upgrades. Let's see if I put it by status. I think I got a few of these like system modernization type upgrade things going. Kicked off a few of those. So that's what I have building. So here's three systems where I'm building siege ships, D, E, and F. A. So you see he's got some siege ships going, and he's got some siege ships going, and he has a few going as well. Oh yeah, one other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make a new carrier class ship. looking at, I'm trying to be realistic here. My rate of antimatter production is 35 per turn. My orichalcix production is around 24 per turn, so that's roughly a 5 to 3 ratio, roughly. So I think I want to build carrier ships that are in that similar kind of ratio because it's more sustainable. Trying to buy the resources out of the marketplace is driving the prices high. And it's just not real super sustainable to do, so I kind of need to be building ships like that I can build. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and build a new carrier. So here's the existing carrier that I have, what it looks like. Here's the detailed stats on it. It's one of these extreme orichalcix plating, which is super awesome. And then I have a secondary plating, so it's really, really, really basically immune to kinetic damage. But it would be nice to have a little bit more in the way of shielding. So what I'm going to do, and it's got 2 bombers and 2 fighters, and then 2 beams and 2 guns. So that's the way the existing carrier is laid out. So I'm going to build a new one. And I think we're just going to name it Imperator. And this one is it's kind of going to be like a little bit of a glass cannon type build. I'm going to go with, well, first of all, let's just fill up all the slots with beams to start with. And then everything that I can't put a weapon slot, I'm going to put a shield. And then I'm going to put actually an armor in the front, but only one. And I'm going to do one of these cheap, a cheap version of uniform shielding, the improved plasmal shielding, which gives a 50% critical hit damage reduction still. And it's pretty cheap. So I'm going with actually triple shielding and only 1 armor. And I'm not even going with the orichalcix armor here. So I'm going real cheap on that. And that comes up with a ratio of 5. As you can see, I have plenty of adamantium, but I'm a little short on antimatter, and I'm short on orichalcix. So it's roughly a 5 to 3 ratio, similar to what my actual production rate is on these. I want to go ahead and do a little bit of the bomber fighter stuff. So we'll get rid of the obsoletes. So we'll go with a bomber there and a fighter there. And then we're going to go with a couple of guns. So the main change compared to the other carrier is I'm only going with 1 squadron of bombers and fighters instead of 2. And I'm having 2 extra beams instead. And one of those beams is a flank beam, and one of those beams is a forward-facing beam, and then both of my guns are flanks. So that's the new design. It actually has a little bit more offense, supposedly. It's a little weird how the math works on bombers and fighters. I don't think the game really calculates it. It's kind of estimating because it takes a long time for them to get to the opposing fleet to start doing their damage. But once they're on site, once they're on them, they do pretty good damage. Excuse me. So going for a little bit more on the beam. Beam weapon damage is a little bit more immediate damage and less of a delay, but still going with some bombers and fighters, 1 squadron each. We're going a little heavier on shielding and less armor. I notice my opponents are tending to be using railguns now that penetrate armor and shields, so I'm just going to be a little bit more vulnerable on armor. These are just going to be kind of a little bit glass cannon type ships. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start building those. And I want to kind of, I'll go ahead and queue some up real quick here, just to kind of get them started. Oops. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna probably wait till the end of the turn to do this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show what I have in mind. So, Imperators. So that's what they'll look like. So anyway, I'll queue those up. Let's see how those compare. So carriers cost about 14,000 industry, and the other resources there, as you see in the lower left corner, and these are about 14,000 versus 14. Yeah, so they're similar on industry costs. It's really just a difference in less orichalcics is the main thing. Is I'm not using the cool armor. Excuse me. Okay, so I'll do that off camera. I'll queue up a whole bunch of those all over the place. All right, so yeah. Next step. Let's check through these real quick. Antimatter lock on. That helps with support module for damage per targeted command point. Not really going to use it. Not really going to use that one. Probably not going to use that one. I might end up building some kind of super carrier ship at some point, just for fun. And if I do, then I'll probably try that out and see if it's worth using. Battlefield Archaeology, again, 25 Quadronix. Yeah, not going to be building that, I don't think. This is what we have built. Some siege ships on AD and AP. Biofuel factory. See, I'm upgrading some systems. Built an autonomous administration at BE. Terraforming, just basically upgrading a lot of the systems in the B and C and the areas. And I'll update those build queues and stuff. I'll probably do that off camera too. Excuse me. Okay, and let's see, this guy leveled up to 15. Nice. Yeah, let's do this. Get that one, and we'll get that one. Okay, I'll look at that later. But yeah, population are growing in places where they can. Not too many places where we got populations starving to death. That's good. Just a little bit. Here we go. Part 2, collaboration or cataclysm. Okay, so we're going to try to control the lodestones, and the academy remains closed, so there are no heroes available. With hero-led fleets only, clear collaborator fleets from around identified lodestones. Orbit a majority of lodestones until the right is complete. So I need to get 5 lodestone systems. Okay, and then that's another quest. I'll have to take a look at that.
We've seen eels more trustworthy than you.
Okay.
Through your actions, this universe begins to feel like a sanctuary, not a prison. We have a proposal.
The universe feels more like a sanctuary than a prison, huh? Yeah. They want a science agreement. We're not going to do that. It would cost me 1,082 influence per turn, which is insignificant to me, but I don't want to help them with their science because I will soon be at war with them as well. Okay, so let's get heroes onto lodestone systems. This guy, Scales Galena, I guess it's a gal, she. We'll send her that way. And let's have her drop off some of the fleet. Okay, so Scales Galena will be at Kurha in 1 turn. And then we have our Vodiani Admiral. Let's see if he's going to Lahat. See, I already have a fleet there at Lahat, so I don't really need him to bring his fleet there. So let's just do this. Let's drop him out of the fleet. Okay, and head him to Lahat. Okay, so that's 2 heroes en route to lodestone systems. I need 3 more. So I think what I'll do is I'll do the lodestone at Exturbia, the lodestone at Janus, and the lodestone down here at Indusa. So that'll be 5 systems. I can't really depend on the Riftborn to help me out here. They've got a fleet with a hero en route flying this way, right? And he's on a long flight across deep space off of any starlings. There's no way they can adjust that. And you can't take a hero off of the fleet normally unless they're in a star system. So he's committed to that. And then he's got another one that's tied up here and another one that's tied up here. So he's got 3 heroes tied up. So he's not going to be able to help. And really the only systems, I've got 5 of them that I'm targeting. You've got Nakos, Mayaz, Zane, and Vyric over here. So, excuse me. So let's go ahead and get these heroes rocking and rolling, man. So I'm going to take Photobomber. This dude here, man, I'm going to go ahead and pull him off system. And let's see this dude here. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Do you have any kind of fleety type skills? Do I need to add any fleety skills? There's one. I'll add one there. I'll add one here. Okay. Cool. All right. And let's check out your ship. Okay, that needs some help. Let's put a decent engine on you. And let's blow away all these starter type abilities. Alright, so let's throw a shield on you. I'll splurge and give him a good shield. I'll splurge and give him a sort of good shield. All right, and let's see here. We'll give you a gun. Probably 2 guns. I could go a gun and a beam. But they're not really that. Since they spread their fire out a lot, maybe it would actually be better to give him this. Because it minus 20% energy weapon accuracy for 10 seconds. And this has a higher rate of fire. 102 versus 25. Yeah. So we'll do that. And then let's see, what do we have? We have 2 of these modules. Well, we're going to want to go with a movement module there. It's kind of engine-y. And then we'll go with a probe and I guess another probe. Yeah, I guess so. Provision radius or something. It won't let me apply because I can't afford the titanium. Okay. Alright, let me go back and wherever I'm building. I overspent my titanium. Let me lose 1 siege module. Alright, we'll just do that. Okay, now we'll try that again. Okay, and yeah, okay, there's a shield, there's the armor, there's a radar, there's a gun. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so I want to assign him to a fleet, and I want to do it as close to the NACO system as I can. Could do it at DB. Maybe I can do it from ARP 188. Let's see. Assign to fleet from ARP 188. Oh no, let's create a fleet. No, looks like it has to be in my own system. Not from my ally, really. So I can't create a fleet from my ally system. Well, that's a little bit inconvenient. Okay, well, I guess I'll do it from, what's closer, DB or DC? Let's see. If this guy was going to DC, it would be 5 plus 2. And if he was going to DB, it would be 5 plus 5, looks like. So it looks like it's a little bit closer to do it from DC. I don't want to go from EC because of the hostile fleet there. So yeah, let's do it from DC. So let's create a fleet at DC. Okay. I have him head to Nakos. Cool, he'll be there in 2 more turns, so he's trucking along pretty quick. Okay, so we got one going to Lahat, we have one going to Kurha, one going to Nakos. All right, other heroes that I'm willing to pull off are going to be ones that are not, see, so Crazy Frog is one. He's currently on AL. So AL is producing Quadernix, but it's not like I'm super short-handed on Quadernix, and he's not locked. See, some of these heroes, let's see here. See, he's locked 13, he's locked 5. He's locked this guy. So this guy, but he's on AA Prime, which has all of my, okay, so all of my Horatio leaders are on systems that have blue cap. So I'm not taking any of the Horatio leaders. So I can use this guy. He's not locked. He's locked, and I don't really want to use him anyway. This guy's not locked. And he's Horatio. Could use this guy. He's an overseer though, so he's boosting resources. I guess I might use him as well. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a fleet. Excuse me. Whew. Trying to get through this episode, man. So we've got one going to Kurha, so we need to get one to Exturbia. Okay, so if I was going to Exturbia, is it faster from CC or from CK? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves. 5 moves. Seems like CK is maybe a smidge closer. Okay, so Crazy Frog is the one we're going to unassign. And then we're creating a fleet at CK. Excuse me. Okay, and we're going to upgrade the ship. Alright, we put some engines on that bad boy. Armor and shield. I guess we'll do another shield here. We'll go with a fast movement module. And a probe. Okay, and we're going to be guarding there. That Serbia. Okay, next one. Let's go down here to Janice. See, he's locked. This guy's not locked. At AO. Kind of hate to lose him off of here, man. That's he's doing good work. Let's see who our other options are. This guy? Yeah. Yeah, a lot easier to lose him off of here. He's helping the production of this, but I have a lot of it. Have a lot of adamantium. So let's go ahead and unassign him. And we'll send him to Janice. Looks like BJ is probably the closest. Maybe BM. Maybe BM's a smidge closer. Okay, so we're going to create a fleet at BM. And then we're going to upgrade the ship. Engines on it yet? No, we didn't. Okay, actually we'll go with that. Okay, that looks pretty good. And does he have any good skills? Movement speed on fleet. Yep, we'll take it. Okay, Baramaxa. Boom. Okay, he'll zip on over to Janice. And he'll start guarding. So that's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and do 6 because we can get 6, man. Let's go ahead and do Indusa. And I guess we'll use the Governor Leandra. Kind of hate to do it because it's going to cut down my production. But I really wanted to get the quest done, and it would be nice to have a margin of error of one system in case in case something goes wrong. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do this guy. It's kind of hurt, but we'll go ahead and do it. So let's go ahead and update his ship. engine, a fast fleet movement, get him a probe, a laser and a gun, an armor and a shield, and another shield. Excuse me. I think that's going to do it. All right, and then he's going to go to Indusa. And Indusa is way closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5. Okay, so we're going to do it from AE. So we're going to create a fleet at AE. Assign, create a fleet, AE, okay, so we're going to have admirals guarding 6 different lodestone systems. We only need 5, so that gives us a little margin of error. So I don't know how long we have to do that. Clear collaborator fleets. Clear collaborator fleets from around identified lodestones. Orbit a majority of lodestones until the right is complete. Don't know how long the right is. I guess we'll find out. Okay, well, there we go. So we're at 1 flashing dot, and it's a little bit hard for me to see. I'm going to try to zoom in and see if I can count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 turns? Well, it is endless duration game, so everything takes longer. Apparently, we need to hold it for 20 turns, so we're going to need to add military fleet to those lone hero ships. Those little hero ships aren't going to hold very well. So we'll have to build some of our new carrier design ships. Build some of these Imperators. Yeah. All right. Let's see what this is about. So the Unfallen are transforming or something. So I could get Guardian Archaeology. Our Guardian Archaeology gives extra defenders per on every system and per Guardian. Search an anomaly, and it costs this much. I could go Industrialist, and that gives me regenerative bark. 800, 120, and 20% crew defense. 800 and 120. How good is that? So it's roughly equal to a tier 4 basic inert plating. But it costs resources. But it gives you some crew defense. So not really, it doesn't really motivate me, I'd say. So that one's not really strong. And then this one turns a turn 1 population of Unfallen into Super Guardian. Reach this amount of food, and then it turns one into a Super Guardian. Guardian guides. Okay, so not super impressive either. I might just do pacifist. Let's see. And it would give me Guardian Arcology. It just gives me more defenders. Yeah, I'll just go with that. That seems to be the way to go. It's going to cost me 15 titanium, which isn't great. So I'll need to get a fleet going to BF 40. Shouldn't be too hard. I can just build one, honestly. Just do an Overwatch. There we go. So I'll build that, and then next turn I'll explore it, and next turn I'll have some titanium because I'll get 46, and then we'll just do that next turn. Okay, so that's taken care of. All right, we have moved our hero fleets. Let's go ahead and move all of our fleets now. And I got fleets headed down here towards the Unfallen. All right, man, let's turn the page here. Looks like I still got fleets moving. Things are moving here. Let's give it a minute. So you can see this is the symbol of the Rejuvenators. This is the symbol of the Defenders. For that quest line of Isyander's Gambit. So he wants to. So we're siding with Isyander. The Rejuvenators are trying to rejuvenate the Lost. The Lost apparently were eliminated or captured or depleted or drained. I think they're like some sort of like godlike beings of dust or something like that. And the Endless basically captured them in lodestones and depleted them from dust or something like that. And they're like imprisoned or something. And so we're going to try to rejuvenate them. Is the plan. And then so that's what the Rejuvenator team wants to do, and the Defender team wants to stop that from happening, because it's like, why would you want to unleash super powerful, uncontrollable, godlike beings on the universe and we have no idea what they're going to do? I see their point. But I'm going with Rejuvenator because if you do Rejuvenators, you get to continue to have new heroes become available through the Academy. And if you do Defenders, the Academy stops producing new heroes. On the marketplace, heroes are unavailable right now because of this quest as well. So if I'd have been smart and known ahead of time, I would have bought 3 extra heroes, maybe, out of the marketplace and hired them and put them to work on my fleets. But you don't know what you don't know. So okay, so let's see. We moved the fleets. Everybody's in position. Let's do it, man. Let's turn the page. Let's end the peace in the galaxy, and let's go ahead and declare war, man. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it here.
Sometimes it's hard to tell your friends from your enemies, isn't it?
Yeah, don't you know? Boom. Now we're at war. Okay, so Pacific conversion should be done. Let's take a peek and see. There's probably going to be some choice words spoken to me there. Yeah, see, Pacific conversion on FB and FC have stopped. Okay.
You enjoy stepping on toes, don't you?
Your actions and words do not bring solace to the heart. We are concerned.
Whatever you're planning, You don't want to hurt us harmless sophons, do you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Desperate acts for desperate times.
Okay. So, let's see if we have any battles to do. We're starting siege on the Sophon systems. I'll move fleets around to siege things as much as I can and siege them down. So there's no invasions there. No battles or invasions here yet. Alright, I'll have to move some things around. So it looks like we'll probably have a siege going on Cran here as well. Got a great big food ship heading over to Arcab. So that should get us to get the system. We'll beat out the Lumeris unless they buy it out, which I don't know. I don't think they can do. Maybe they can do it. I think they can't. I think they need to do food ships, and I've got it guarded, so that should not really be a problem. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so over here at Adana we've got a fleet. At Bria we have a fleet. At Matarka there's a fleet. Oh, and at Lupus there's a fleet. Okay, so there's fleets all over the place. Great. Let's smash some fleets. 3,000 attack. Alright, so let's just add these to this. Alright. We'll attack at Matarka. We have them outgunned by a mile. No point in even watching it. We'll just put everything in the center lane. Okay, this is weird. Let's try it again. Okay, everybody in the center lane, full reserves in case we need to fight again. They retreated. Okay, these guys over here. Okay. And Bria will fight. Got him outgunned by a mile. Full reserves. I'm sure they'll probably retreat. Okay, and that's why we go full reserves. And we'll go full reserves again. A single small ship doesn't have a chance. Hmm. Okay, and lupus. Full reserves. Everything in the center lane. Excuse me. Okay. And we'll blow up whatever that is. Population. Okay, so we have siege happening here. Ooh, that's a lot of defense. Bria. Okay, there's a ship there we need to blow up. Okay, over here at Adana. Okay, Adana. Let's see, we got siege happening here. Siege at Bria. Okay, Adana. Let's attack. Okay, 31 of 37. That's a pretty big fleet. And yep, full reserves. All right, that'll be fine. We'll go full reserves. Okay, they retreated. Okay. Okay, we have siege going on all 4 of their star systems. See, they only have 4. There's one here, 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 here. They got Lupus, Bria, Adana, and Matarka. And that's it. So all 4 of those will be under siege. I'll move siege fleets around to try to get those beaten down as quickly as I can. Okay, other battles. We got a big fight here. Big-ish fight. They got a hero. Got 28,000 hit points, 4,800 attack. I have a fleet of 6 ships, 3 carriers in there, and a couple of mediums. So that dude's gonna get smoked. I guess we'll watch this one. Whew. Boy, that's ugly. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, full reserves. We'll watch it. And like usual, we'll go cinematic on the first viewing, check the numbers, and then we'll do scan mode on the second, on the rewatch. Yeah, they did 2,300 damage with railguns. Most of our damage was beams. Our fighters and bombers didn't play a role. Took them too long to get there. Alright, we'll just watch this from the Unfallen point of view. Both of those got blown up. Fighters and bombers are closing in. They're turning around, heading back. That's it. All right. Other fights, we have just a few little skirmishes here. Let's do this one. I guess we'll do full reserves. I don't see where, I don't think they're gonna seriously damage my ships. Okay, let's do this battle here. It's a couple of fleets of 3 mediums, and those fleets are 4,300 attack, 46, so it's like 9,000 attack, and a total of like around 50,000 hit points, and we have 250,000 hit points and 41,000 attack, so we outgun them 5-1. All right, let's just put everything together. We'll see if they see what they do with their shenanigans. See if they go bottom lane or something like that. That'd be a smart move. Stack the bottom lane. They didn't do it though. They're going with get lucky. Okay. So the center lane went pretty quick. Now the top lane's finished, so now it's just a matter of getting the bottom lane cleared up. And I think he's positioned behind the fleet where they can't really shoot back, so it's just a matter of time for all the bombers and fighters to fly down there to engage that ship. Oh wait, we got some shooting happening. Yep. Bombers showed up. Mission accomplished. All right. Cool. Curious to see how the damage turned out. Guns, beams, bombers, armor, shields, railguns, beams, and a smidge of damage from lasers. Alright, and then we got a fight over here. Let's see, what are we taking on? We're taking on a couple ships. Not much there. 2,200 attack. We have 22,000 attack. Okay. Outgun them 10-1. We know how that one's going to go. Full reserves. Don't think it's even worth watching, actually. Okay, and let's see, what does he have left? He has one patrol ship. He has a corvette and a settler. That's his only hope at this point, is to settle a new system, right? Since he doesn't have any systems left under his control. Let's fight, and I don't think it's worth watching. We outgun them by a mile. Yeah, we outgun them 10-1. Okay. So, that's it for United Empire systems and fleets. This is the only fleet they have left, I think. And it's sieging over here. I mean, potentially he could invade it. And then that becomes his new capital, I guess. Okay, so we got an attacker over here. 556, and he has a detector. So he's got a scout. All right, we'll fight. We outgun him. See, he's 556, and he's got 164. So we outgun him 3 or 4-1. Okay, I think that's about it for battles. We need to move siege fleets around. Let's see, is there any battles here? Are there any? Nope, we're sieging already. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just moving everything forward now. So currently we are at 86 star systems under our control. Our population is okay with having 58. So we're over that by 28 systems. So the way that plays out is expansion disapproval of minus 280. It's minus 10 per system that you're over. So minus 280, but I have plus 1075 approval from recently colonized or conquered, which is all these flags up here. So you can see some of these are expiring. You get a 25 bonus for 10 turns because of the law, this new colony law. So I'm going with like a Ponzi scheme of approval going on, basically. Where as long as you just keep taking systems, it works. But if you stop taking systems and then all of this expires, that plus 1,000 expires, then you got minus 280 over colonization. Then your systems will go into revolt, and your entire empire will break apart into separate, probably multiple empire factions that are all against you. So now you're fighting yourself times multiple times, and you're a fraction of what you were before. So that's a thing. Yeah, I'm just keep expanding, keep building more siege ships, and keep expanding faster and faster is the plan. Okay, so we are. So yeah, those are the laws we're running. Once we're done with research, then I'll probably switch power to the people into something else. We have money. Let's go ahead and build some more luxury. Boost our luxury freighters. And you know what? Let's sell some resources here. Oh, I already sold. You can see I already sold some stuff. This is what other people are selling. As far as science goes, we're at about 320,000 science. And we have 6 researches left. There's 1 here. There are 2 here. And 3 over here. There's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So I have 1 left in economy and trade. I have 2 over here in the military tree. And 3 over here in empire development. And the last one I'm doing is supra light content, because that gives you Pacific conversion, the influence conversion, and I don't really want to do that until I don't want to research the tech, because it kind of kicks in automatically. And I think that the Pacific conversion could maybe get a response from the Riftborn. If I start Pacific converting these systems, they might get mad and fight. So I don't want to go to war with them until I'm ready to go to war with them, which is going to be basically when I'm almost done conquering everybody else. So that's that. So as soon as we're pretty much done with research, I'll switch over these star systems that are producing the urgent AI research. I'll switch those over to build the dust one instead. What's it called? There. MXBA, system improvement. So if I did that, for example, here you see I've got 14,000 science. There it is. Emergency labor policy. If I switched it over to that, then I would instead have 11,000 dust. Misclicking. I'd have 11,000 dust instead of 2,200. And my science would drop by around 10,000. So, Anyway, I'll do that on most of the systems where I'm doing urgent AI research. We'll switch over to either Imperators or the emergency labor policy. And since I'm expanding my war, getting bigger and with more opponents, I'm thinking it might be necessary to build some more military ships, at least a few. And with the new Imperators, since I'm producing 23 and a half orichalcics and 35 antimatter, that I can build about 7 per turn in the sustained rate instead of like 3.5, which I was on the old carriers. So I'll buy more orichalcics and antimatter as I can afford, and build more carriers or more imperators, at least for a bit. Get some of those cranked out just to kind of add a little more oomph to my military, just in case I need it. And I think that's about all we got going for the turn. I'm going to do stuff off camera, update build queues, move populations around, stuff like that. And I think this is the main meat of the turn. And I guess it's going to take a long time to do the lodestone part. We may or may not finish that quest by the end of the game. I don't know if this is going to run another 20 turns or not before we have conquered the whole galaxy. So we'll see. I guess we'll all find out together, right? So thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.